Yeah. It's a wonderful day to sit around. You're blessed to have your family and friends and loved ones around you. And if you can give gifts, that's all the better. But we all know much, much, much more to Christmas. So I sat down with that man right there, Joel Osteen, pastor of the Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, the biggest church in the country, and spoke with Joel about faith and what Christmas means to him. What is your fondest Christmas memory?
My fondest memory, Robin, is just growing up, sleeping in the den the night before Christmas and getting up early that next morning, opening gifts with my family and just having fun together.
Yeah, it is about family at a time like this. I know that it becomes a little commercial and people are so worried that I get the right gift and people are opening. But my mother said something to us when we would ask her, Mama, what do you want? And she says, make me a memory. That's what you want. You want to be making memories, and that's what we're doing today.
Yeah, that's so important because sometimes we do get caught up in, did I get the perfect gift? But I think most of us, when we look back, we don't necessarily remember the gifts. We remember that time that we laughed together and we played with our cousins and we just, we let our guard down a little bit.
So talk about the role of faith today. We talk about family, we talk about memories, but the importance of this day.
I think, obviously as believers, as Christians, the birth of Christ, celebrating what Jesus did, coming to earth, giving us salvation and redemption, that's the ultimate gift. I think also it teaches us to let today be a new beginning.
Also a day like today, it's not a happy day for a lot of people. They've lost loved ones. It's the second one without my mother, the first one that I can really, because last year I wasn't doing so well. And how do you talk to people and what do you say to those who are struggling and they see the happiness and you want to be happy for other people, but it is a time of reflection for many.
It really is. It's a difficult time, and we realize people have lost loved ones, and some people don't have family around, and so I think it's important you got to remember, number one, I believe your loved ones are with the Lord, and as you draw closer to God and have faith, you can draw closer to your loved one. I think the other thing too is don't sit around all day and feel sorry for yourself. Go out and do something good for somebody else. Do you have a neighbor that you can go cheer up? Or I find when you give, it brings healing and wholeness to yourself.
I know that you have a special message for Billy Graham, who is having some health issues. And
Dr. Graham has always been a hero of mine. Growing up as a preacher's kid, we always watched him and just so admired and respected him. And I've got a chance to get to visit with him some, and just, as his health declines, your heart goes out for him.
As we look ahead, what is your message of peace for the new year, Joel?
My message of peace is, again, to let go of the old, find something to be grateful for each day, see it as a gift each day that God's given us, and and really believe for bigger things for your life.
How do we keep this going? After Christmas and after the New Year, how do we keep the spirit of Christmas alive all year round?
I think that's so important because it should be an everyday thing. One thing I've tried to learn and teach others is get up every day and not necessarily thinking about how I can get blessed, but how can I be a blessing to somebody else? Can you give encouragement? Can you give a smile? Can you let somebody in traffic? Those little things, I think, keep the Christmas spirit going.
Well, it's always uplifting to be in your presence. The best to you, Victoria, the children, and onward and upward.
Thank you, Robin. We're so glad you're doing great. Merry Christmas to you and all the viewers.
Merry Christmas, Joel. And Joel's latest bestseller, Breakout, is in stores right now.